Hello, I am Glenn, and welcome to the Glenliness. I've gotten to a point now where some clutter is actually cleared up. I mean, this may not seem like a big deal to you guys, but having the entire kitchen counter clear is actually pretty damn good for us. There's still a bunch of stuff out here, but I mean, half that table's clear. That's pretty good. You know, we're working on it. It's slow, but hopefully steady, and we'll get things going, and I'll see what I can do. Take some time to get rid of all of it. Welcome to the Glenliness Weekly Vlog. So I've already gotten a start on today. This is my Friday, my day off, which is entirely off because the freelance work at the moment has dried up. I already managed to get grocery shopping done today. The rest of my morning, I am heading out Lancaster-ward. I am going to a baby store that's out there, a Bye Bye Baby, because the Babies R Us is out of business now. That place used to be closer, but there's some stuff that I want to pick up, so I'm probably going to head out and do that. Maybe I'll talk to you a bit on the way there. Yeah, let's cut to that, shall we? You might be wondering, why drive somewhere so far away? I mean, surely whatever you're looking for you can find in stores that are closer. Well, you may be right. You probably are right. I could probably find what I'm looking for either online or somewhere close, but I don't know. When I have time, I like to have these destinations. I like to go and feel like I'm getting something done. And just Lancaster has a good collection of stores. It's not like super far. It's about probably 45 minutes when I take the main way. I really like the drive. I really like it out here. And I just feel like I can get more done. Yeah, the Bye Bye Baby is the main reason that I'm going out there, because I need a store where I can find a new nap mat for my kid and some other stuff that he needs. But there's also stores for stuff that I'm looking for myself. There's the outlets if I want to stop by there. And it's just, I don't know, there's something just soothing about the area to me, I guess. You start to get out to the rural stuff. It's just calmer, more peaceful. I don't know. But this is what I've chosen to do today. So this is what I'm doing. I'm still hoping to be back by around lunchtime because it's still fairly early. So hopefully, if I'm efficient, I'll be able to get even more stuff done and some stuff around the house. This to me is always a sign that I've reached Lancaster. I would come here when I was a kid, and the one thing that I remember is Dutch Haven with the windmill there. For some reason that stuck in my head more than anything else. I don't know which way we used to come to get here, but clearly at some point we were coming on Route 30 here. So we would drive right by there and I'd see the windmill, Dutch Haven, and I'd know we were just about there. I honestly have no idea why that stuck in my head. I don't know how many times we came here when I was younger. I assume we came to the outlet malls. I don't really know. I also don't even know how long the outlet malls have been here. I am reasonably certain that we did not go to Dutch Wonderland, which is a kids' amusement park that's up the road. But for whatever reason, I have memories of this from when I was a kid. And one of those memories is the Dutch Haven windmill. Here we are. Kind of forgot that the Bye Bye Baby is connected to the Bed Bath & Beyond. So it's basically a Bed Bath and Bye Bye Baby. So, that was a pretty productive trip. I did not get what I was looking for in Bye Bye Baby, which is another nap mat for my son. Yep, there goes the hair again. I'm always fixing it, I know. So they don't carry them in the store. They only are available online. And if we're gonna buy one online, we'd like to just, you know, shop around a bit and see if there's something on Amazon that's maybe a little cheaper than what's available at Bye Bye Baby or whatever. You know, we'll just make sure we thoroughly check the reviews and then we'll be good. While I was here, I also stopped at Kohl's, which was quite fruitful. So I've only basically had one pair of jeans that fits right. There we go. No. I know, I'm adjusting the camera too much. I realize that. I'm sorry. So, I managed to get 2 more pairs of jeans, one of them on clearance, and a couple of shirts, and some more socks. So, that's a pretty successful trip to Kohl's, and I think that cost less than the stuff that I got at Bye Bye Baby, which was, you know, a few other things, like a little, a travel sound machine. We have one that we've been using for travel, but it's big and has to be plugged in and all of this. And this one just is battery operated and it's only like that big. It's really small. So that'll come in handy. And a couple other things. Thought about buying him another blanket because he's got one blanket that he's really attached to. But I'm afraid, wow, traffic's moving really, really slow. I'm afraid that if I get him another blanket, it's going to be one that he won't like, and he'll still want the one that he uses all the time. So I figured there wasn't much point in that, but we'll have to figure it out at some point, because the one blanket he's got is going to get all worn out. Got him another pillowcase. We got him a pillow now. It's a tiny little pillow. It's adorable. What else? I can't remember what else. But all useful stuff. And useful stuff for my wardrobe. My taste in shirts got complimented when they checked me out. So that was nice. And now I'm gonna head home. It'll be a little late, on the late side for lunch, but I think that's fine. Yeah, so this past week went pretty good. I had a bunch more doctor's appointments, catching up with stuff. I finally had the GI appointment. I had another psychologist appointment. I had an appointment with my regular doctor. And I think after all of that, I think I'm gonna have to make an appointment with a neurologist. So yeah, on top of the IBS diagnosis, I also have migraines. So with everything that had happened a few weeks ago, a month ago, whatever, at the hospital, I thought that part of that was panic. So in addition to seeing the psychologist, I'm also on antidepressants now, which, hey, nothing wrong with that. I know probably a lot of you out there are on them as well. So I'm actually on 2 different ones now. One of them is specifically for the IBS and also supposed to be helpful for preventing migraines. And that has been helping with the IBS, so that's great. I'm still getting like slight headaches, but I haven't really had like a full-blown migraine since I started taking that, but that could just be coincidence. I don't know that. And I won't know that for quite a while, because I don't get them constantly, maybe once a month at the most. So yeah, now the medication that I was prescribed for the migraines when I first saw a neurologist years ago is called Relpax, and apparently that has a bad potential counteraction with the antidepressants. So I don't know that I want to necessarily still be taking that, so I want to see a neurologist. I wasn't crazy about the one that I saw who diagnosed the migraines, which was pretty much like I walked in saying I have migraines and he said yes. So I'm going to try and make an appointment to see another neurologist and just see what they think about the drug interaction and if it's cool to take both of those if I need to. But the Relpax is only as needed. So that's not so bad. And it turned out when I went to the GI doc and told them my guess as to what had happened when I landed in the hospital, she was like, oh yeah, 100%, that's exactly what it was. So I pretty much have it confirmed that it was gastroenteritis, stomach flu, and that lasted a few days, and then that led to post-infectious IBS, which is more or less like just a flare-up of what I'm used to having. But the pain was way worse, and she said it's like, for post-infectious IBS, pain is one of the most common symptoms. So she was convinced that's what it was. She doesn't think there's anything else wrong. She doesn't see the need for like a colonoscopy or anything, because I had that, you know, less than 10 years ago, and I'm due for it again in a few years anyway. But she just wants to follow up with me in a few weeks just to make sure everything's cool. So yeah. So that's why I was in the hospital. It's nice to know, it's nice to have some kind of an answer. So yeah, it was the post-infectious IBS. There was a separate lumbar strain in my back that my regular doctor treated me for that. And panic. And that's really it. Never underestimate what your brain can do to you. I should switch to my sunglasses. The sun's really in my eyes here. And I know you're thinking, but Glenn, you're already wearing sunglasses. No, these are just slightly tinted. They react to the sun, but these are way better. Now I can see wonderfully. So yeah, that's that. At least I don't have to, you know, a couple months I'll be done with the whole doctor train. I still have some follow-ups and I do want to see a neurologist. But other than that, everything's been fine since I got out. I've been feeling good. In some ways I've been feeling better. It's good to get, you know, my anxiety issues addressed. That's very helpful already, and it's going to be even more helpful as time goes on. And I strongly urge you, if you're going through this, like, find somebody to see. They're really very, very supportive, and I can't imagine any psychologist, any therapist who's not going to be supportive. I mean, that's pretty much their job. And if your family and friends can't handle you seeing that, then the hell with them, because this is something that's important. Your mental health is important. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by things, if you're feeling not like you're operating up to your potential, up to what you feel is normal for you, see somebody about it. It may be medication, it may be therapy, it may be a combination of the two. It's not something that's necessarily permanent. I don't expect to be going to therapy for the rest of my life at this point. I don't even necessarily expect to be on the medication for the rest of my life. But whatever, I mean, I've got stuff that I'm going through now that's been difficult. I don't have a problem admitting that. I don't have a problem sharing that with the world, sharing it with you. You shouldn't feel that way either. Get it taken care of. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with you. Everybody gets overwhelmed. Alright, stepping down off my soapbox on that. Alright, so, on my way home, getting some lunch. Bye for now. Enjoy the drive. people who know me think that I'm pretty good with computers, and that's generally true. I can usually figure things out. But every once in a while, there's something that I just can't figure out. So I just got this tablet, Windows tablet, from Woot. It's a really cheap price. It's not like a top-of-the-line tablet or anything, but it's just a Windows 10 tablet that I thought would be good to have along with me when I'm doing, you know, video editing on the road. So it's something that could operate the video editing software that I use, which happens to be Windows software. Trying to set this thing up, it totally crashed. I've been spending 2 or 3 days now trying to get it fixed. I guess 2 days. And it's a brick right now. It's very, very frustrating for me. There's very little more frustrating to me than not being able to get tech to work. And I know it's a first world problem, but I just can't seem to get past this right now. I'm gonna work on it a little bit more, see if I can get it to work. If not, then I'm just gonna have to call the helpline and hopefully they'll be able to help me. Meantime, I guess that's about all I have to say for this week. It's probably going to be a relatively short blog because I know I didn't do all that much on Friday other than go out to Lancaster and get some shopping done. So kind of a boring one, not much to say other than, you know, the conclusion of my medical situation. So that's pretty good. I mean, for the most part, conclusion. I mean, I'm still going to doctors and still getting stuff figured out, but you know, at least I have some kind of answers. So I guess that's about that. I'm really hoping I can figure this out. But either way, until next week, ciao.